gentlemen, welcome back for today's video. Today is the day we're going to be doing a dice giveaway. The way that you do that is I'll actually set up the steps here within the... Ignore that sound. Give me just one quick second here. Don't think that's gonna work. Okay, so let's do... Okay, let's see here. That's weird. Un momento. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so follow the steps listed below. Go to my channel, glitchyagent_47. Step 2, click on either today's video or yesterday's video, our current live stream, or our live stream from yesterday. Over the live stream section of the channel, subscribe. Alright, and ensure to write your YouTube channel name and your Twitch name, your Twitch handle. That way I can get a hold of you guys for whoever wins. And the drawing is going to be tomorrow night, roughly around 11, 12-ish at night, Pacific Standard Time. And I'll be putting the names into an auto generator, It'll pull one name for me. That person is going to win a free set of dice. It ain't gonna be some bunk shit either. I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure I send you the link so that you know that you're getting a good set. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. So that is the goal tonight. All right. So let's go ahead and get things started. Anybody comment on the video yesterday? Nope. Day before? Nope. That's good though. That's good. That means that your chances of anybody who is here watching over on the Twitch, that you have a really good chance of getting a free pair of dice. Also know that in August, we'll be doing a giveaway for either the PlayStation 5 version or a PC version of Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely free. All you got to do, and if you follow it right now, excuse me, if you follow tonight, you're entered to win the dice, and you're entered to win. There we go. And you're entered to win the game. So you might win twice. Who knows? So let me just type this in real quick. All right. There we go. So let's do it. All right. So where we left off last night. So we went to the adamantium forge, made ourselves some armor. Decent, you know. Decent armor. So let's go ahead and get off the channel again. This is what the channel looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the video. Me? No. Here we go, right there, boom. Go ahead to the channel, check it out. Get yourself up to date with the Baldur's Gate series, as well as, like I said, you could go to the live section here, watch it live over on YouTube, comment, make a comment stating that, hey, this is me, I followed your channel, here's my Twitch handle, here's my YouTube handle, and get a chance to enter to win. Same thing with the video from yesterday. The Baldur's Gate episode that we played yesterday, you can go ahead and go there and do the same thing on that video if you don't want to do it on this one because you're worried it might not get seen. I am keeping up to date and tabs on the yesterday's video. So either this video or this video here. Obviously right now it says live, but it'll have something up there tomorrow. And again, you can go to this one right here. Comment, let me know. So let's go ahead and get into tonight's episode. Alright, so what we did yesterday, we went to the adamantium forge, made some armor, fought a hella hard boss. It's funny is it's not that hard, but you have to plan it just right, because even if you mess up like once, it could be devastating to your team. So what we're doing now is we're going to Auntie Ethel's, I believe it is. I know I'm going out of turn here. I should have went to Auntie Ethel's first. But I think I'm very well equipped for this fight now. Not saying I wasn't before, but definitely feel like I'm more better equipped now to handle Auntie Ethel.
So last time, we, last time, Bell's House had said their goodbyes for the time being to the city Drusar, where they had met in spent their adventure before, and donning their outfits and their gathered materials and stepping aboard the skyship known as the Silver Sun, beginning to leave the Odiran wilds and head towards the Hellcatch Valley to chase after the whereabouts of the escaped Armand Tresci, who seems to have gone underground in the city of Basilis. Now, after many days traveling across the broken, cracked, dust-filled wasteland that is the Hellcatch Valley, looking below, day and night,
I'm just going to do a quick test here on the stream.
some dangerous creatures that seem to take to the skies.
Okay. Make sure that's turned on. That'll go away here in a minute. There we go.
These boots have seen everything.
Oh, I didn't save last night before. Shit.
The possible final night of travel before the next final day of travel to the city of Basilis. There was
anything of use?
A discussion
Anything of use?
Wagner, in which this strange crystal that you had scavenged from the interior of the ship
seems simple enough.
Had been seemingly giving comfort, warmth, and having some odd effects on him, been called into question. Wagner, following the strange internal push towards inspecting and learning of the nature of it, grasped the gem upon the promise of nothing bad happening, and upon grasping it, watched as the arcane energy within was drawn out and into her, the crystal crumbling and cracking, left powerless and dark, and Imogen stormed off to take a night's rest, wallowing in the sense of betrayal as Lana screamed at the bow of the ship. Nothing but the stars above and the moons to take it. So, coming back where we are, is there any other business that night, Imogen or Ladna or anybody else would you like to handle before the next day of travel? Alright. The night goes by without issue. The next morning, eventually, the sun begins to rise over the dusty valley. You can see there's some spotted gray clouds beginning to encroach from the southeast region, the general Aishanador direction of Marquette. You can feel the wind picking up as the heat begins to rise, the temperature is beginning to shift of the day. You can see distant high clouds, dust storms. It's hard to see, but the horizons begin to get a bit muddled, a bit fuzzy. I would like, as you travel for this final day, for somebody to roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh, God, anything under a 5 is crazy.
Roll a d6 for me, Laura. 3. Okay. Fairly early in the morning, to where the sunrise is still blanketing this dust-covered scape, the plateaus and large mountains that punch out from the broken ravine-cracked ground, still wearing the pinks and oranges of the rising sun. Who'll be first out onto the deck?
You are. You little elemental devil yous. Oh, yes, yes, you are.
Right? Glancing out that early morning air, breathing it in deeply, you hold the edge of the sky ship and glance down, and below you see a trail. one of the various roads that carve through the valley itself, you see what looks to be a small caravan, maybe 12 or so carts that are hitched to numerous beasts of burden, just slowly trudging through their path towards the city of Bastos. But you also see, and you're uncertain if they see,
Death won't take me yet.
something else shifting in the land below. You hear this thing
Oh, god damn.
like a bassy.
Okay.
There's no time to waste.
You glance
Help
deep
this
down
poor fella up,
underneath.
would you?
The shadow thankfully is stretched far.
No time to rest.
The sky ship is from your perspective. You see
Oh boy.
shifting, rippling.
A long way to go still.
Let's
Anyone
move.
else on deck? Captain, first mate, any of the crew?
There is work to do.
There, but Khalil, the first mate, is at the helm.
Okay, Orm will bolt.
No one stopped me yet.
Khalil. I think those people are in trouble.
Okay, let's do this.
They're going to die.
That did not work out well
And I
at
bolt
all.
For our quarters, and I find my way to the witch's door. I don't know where I think I slept, but I'm out early, and I just start beating on the door and yelling for everybody to get up, and specifically yell Imogen's name as loud as I can.
You all hear it.
What?
Some people on the ground are, I think, about to get eaten or something. Wake up. Get everybody up. And I just start slapping on doors and yelling, wake up, for everybody on board.
Rapidly, as all begin to hear the banging sounds and the voices rising in the hallways beyond the chambers that you've chosen here below deck on the Silver Sun, the Captain Xandus comes pushing through from their quarters and there's something it's way too early, and they go ahead and start trudging back to the surface. What are the rest of you doing?
Running up, making sure everybody else is up.
Okay.
That's too early.
Get up!
Come on.
Get up! Oh, that's just how tall you are, Stan.
You son of a...
I would drag Xandus to the edge of the ship and then with sword out, point it down. There, what is that? What does that mean?
They lean over the edge and glance down, pulling what looks like a very intricate, thin but multi-tiered spyglass out of their pocket that draws out and puts it across. Well, good, miss. It looks like we found ourselves a dust, right? Claps it into their pocket. Puts it down.
At the ready.
All right, man, the harpoons with the chains. We don't want to kill it. They're not usually dangerous. I don't know why it's going after this thing in particular. They're not carnivorous. But I think
Better not be
I
cursed.
got an idea. Khalil, give me down. Help these people.
May the darkness
And
protect
they
you.
charge back and climb up quickly to get behind the wheel of the ship. Khalil begins shouting out, "All right, everyone, get the
My
harpoons
faith
ready,
will
get the
guide
chain
me."
harpoons, okay?" And starts directing out to the rest of you. You can see the rest of the crew starting to come out on board. He's kind of like tapping his eyes a bit. Tirana looks over and grabs the edge of one of the ballista.
Seems to be stuck.
Who's doing that?
I'll grab
Oh, don't
Closer to it? Are we shifting direction?
fucking do this to
Right as
me.
you're, like,
Shouldn't
making
have
that
wished to live in
step
more
on your deck,
interesting times.
the sails shift and the ship begins to go
Very
into
well.
a subtle dive. You watch
Eager
as
for
all
battle.
the barrels and crates and various elements and materials that are stored on the deck begin to
Repositioning.
slightly slide,
Never a dull moment.
shifting with the seeming directional way of the front of the ship. Listing, that's what I was looking for. As it lists slightly, everything begins to move towards the front, but it doesn't quite get to the point where anything will slam and go overboard. The captain kind of ensuring that the contraptions that keep the sky ship
If not
afloat
over,
are directionally
then through.
moving properly. As it glides down, though, you guys watch the horizon moves up above you, and you get full perspective beyond the edge of the deck, no matter where you stand, of the landscape below you. You can now see the early morning lights of the caravan. There's lanterns hanging, these little pinpoints of light, and as the rays of the sun hit the edge, you can see some of the colored cart flags and banners that it uses to very loudly connotate its existence, as it also is a warning against the various crawler gangs. You also see, out of the dust, this large ripple just kind of tearing, breaking across the surface. And for a brief second, you see something emerge from it. It looks like a scream. It has this long head that kind of dives outward, and you see these tendrils that kind of come behind it. It's like a massive mutated cephalopod, but it's covered in spines and weird kind of hooked, like horned toad style ridges that go across the sides of its body. And at the very point where the head emerges, you see it split into 4 different kind of jaw openings before it dives back down below. You hear the sound of this shot from the back. They're not usually hunters. Something's drawing it. Get there ready! And at that point, the thing lists further. You watch as one of the ammunition carts begins to slide towards the edge. Gordy's going to reach over and try and grab for it.
The dance macabre.
The ballista?
I got one.
You got one? Okay.
Two claims.
I'll go to
Nothing will
action
stand in my
and
way.
Cast enhanceability on them and give them advantage on dexterity.
You got it. Okay. So as you both go over, Gordy does manage to actually grab the barrel and pull it off to the side. Tirana is helping you load the chained harpoon on the left-hand side of the sky
That's the
ship.
one we want? Okay.
There's
Swift and
nobody.
lethal.
Actually, no, Khalil's available, so Khalil can help you too. Khalil watches over and helps you get the massive harpoon. And opposed to the ones that you previously shot in the previous battle, these are much thicker and have kind of a hooked bar at the end, are designed to dig and hold wherever they're shot towards.
Awesome. There's
At the
another
very
one?
back.
There's one at the very back.
Okay, I'll go
Um,
hop up to that one.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Over the ship. I mean,
Do you think it's a good idea, Fern?
We're done.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so you go ahead
Open
and
up.
rush up to the poop deck, on the very back of the ship, to where there's the third ballista. You go ahead and load it in yourself. It'll take you a minute.
Action, not reaction.
You watch as
One
the
true
things,
way.
which, I mean, like, you don't get to see the full mass of it. Only parts of it peek through as it occasionally breaks the surface and then digs back into the
does the
broken
caravan
ground.
feel like it has seen it at all?
It's too far away for you to see sort of changing its behavior, and it's too quick, so you have no idea.
Can Chet, can you use your horn? Can you single out somebody in that caravan and use your horn?
Oh, just right. It's a gift. Will destroy? No, make it disintegrate in my hand. I look at the caravan and I pick one of the beasts of burden, and I. No. I'll pick a humanoid entity at the back and try and like.
Okay. You put all of your
Trust
breath in
no
this horn, and it's just
One step at a time.
and you begin to realize maybe you got swindled for some cash.
Son of a bitch.
Still alive, so that's
I gotta make
progress.
a new list.
Meanwhile, the ballista are both set, and you are not. The ship is now starting to turn up as it's getting
Moving in.
dangerously low towards the ground, but it is beginning to catch up to this dust storm.
Here's in his head. How high up can
There.
these? Their head. Sorry.
Sorry,
How
yeah.
high up can these dusters go?
You're back from Captain says, not very high. They're mostly terrestrial diggers, and they're generally scavengers and vegetarians, which is why this is very strange.
Any ranged attacks?
I don't know. I never fought one. I mean, don't go this deep into the valleys. I should avoid this area for a reason. And don't do that.
I cast fly,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take off for the caravan.
Okay.
Let's
At
see
this
what
point,
this
you're
does.
roughly 400 feet from it, and gaining quickly, both you and the beast. But you are gaining on it. So you're getting to the point where while the skyship is pulling up, you're starting to lose a proper aiming position towards it. And here's Xander shout out from the back, if you're gonna take aim, do it now!
What's the play here, Captain? Can we take one of these things? Are they too much?
We're not gonna take it, we're gonna distract it, pull it away.
I'll take that.
On count of 3?
Yeah.
3!
I've never seen a tree like that. The bark must be a
Well,
rarity.
you have advantage because of the enhanced ability.
Dex.
You roll and add a +6 is what it is.
13.
20.
20. Okay. 13.
Enough waiting.
Fire
I crave
switch.
blood.
The chain
How
that's wound on the
delicious.
side immediately is going up, and you can watch as it's hitting the edge of the railing, It arcs past the beast. It was just a little bit off, and
I'll take this way.
the chain is kind of grinding. You can see
Can't
now,
give up now.
The railing around it has this heavy
Need to find a way forward.
specifically for its purpose. But you can see it grinding against the sparks are shooting. The chain is really long, and you can see it beginning to drag behind
It's like
it.
that too. We can zip line down.
Yeah.
Yours does hit. Go ahead and roll 3d8 for me. Sorry.
Sounds like someone's about to die.
Stop! Stop!
You recognize the name. Bibberbang, a mushroom that releases dangerous spores. Highly flammable.
I know! Scroll! Escape! Yes! That's... Yes!
13 plus 19.
All right, I can work with that. As you know, we did this part yesterday, but because I forgot to save before I got off.
It sticks into
Oh.
Justra as it was just diving
I
back
just-
in, and the chain suddenly
Savages!
rips taut. As it does, you can see the very edge of the railing
Ah.
that buckles
Right,
and slides
as,
across the metal bends. You hear this
Done it.
loud
Ah.
as it pulls against it, and the ship suddenly begins to list to one side and is pulling at a slight angle. At which point you see Captain Dennis go, come on! And begins
Here we
turning
go.
really quickly and pushing it against the weight of the chain. Got it! Other side!
I'm just trying to shoot from the back.
Oh boy.
So try to get a tail situation or something, whichever is you know.
About now you're set. It's going to be a more difficult shot, but I'm
Okay.
here for it. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Never know.
You guide yourself?
I guide myself.
Okay.
Good call. Okay. I'm adding 6.
That's what we roll.
Okay.
Where D4.
Oh, okay. That would be 20
You
total.
needed an 18.
Maybe I need more pockets.
So with that, it goes off the front, and at this point the ship's pulled up and it's listed at the sides where you didn't really know where it was anymore. You couldn't see it. You just kind of shot and hoped.
Here we go!
You all watch it cruise off the top, and then suddenly it pulls tight. You hear now this like deep, reverberant growl. As that chain tugs, the boat begins to list from the back, and you watch as the captain goes, "God, shit!" and reaches down, and underneath the wheel, there's a second set of controls that handle the intensity and strength of the broomstone on the ship itself. You watch as they reach down and pull one heavy lever from there and just yank back. As they do, you see the central gem that sits in the middle of the ship begin to glow brightly, and you all feel the wood of the ship begin to vibrate. Things begin to just clatter and shift. As it does, the ship kind of locks into place and continues to move forward, but now it is anchoring it at its current, like, angled listed state, and the ship begins to slow. And slow. It's an air brake, an arcane air brake for this. And as it slows and slows, you can hear again. You also notice now flares beginning to come off of the caravan. They've either noticed the encroaching creature or they heard the alarm notification from your horn.
What's the distance look like between the creature and caravan now?
They're about 250 feet.
Can't keep...
Look at that.
Yeah.
I suppose his hands are empty as a whole. I'll have to send him back out soon enough.
And, the caravan, you see,
Collecting
has
noble
these,
stock.
large
Nearly
kind of
nothing it
go
can't
off in
cure.
the air, these kind of notification flares. You watch the back of the caravan, a bunch of warriors and like guardians.
Bibberbang. Of course, it was
Might
Bibberbang.
as well go myself.
Begin to pick up, and all the beasts are being ushered further and faster now to get itself to a safe space. And you can see they're not terribly far from what looks to be a large rocky hillside, like some sort of like solid rock hill that moves out of the ground.
Here we go.
Over towards that direction. As it does, you kind of glance down over the edge, and indeed you have these two chain-held harpoons that are in this beast that itself is like kind of scooting through the dirt, and it's trying to fight, but it's unable to pull away from the strength of the ship, and occasionally the ship kind of like lurches a bit. And
Still fighting pretty hard.
it's trying to fight, yeah.
Am I closer to it at this point?
From what you can, you now have driven up. You can get as close to it as you want to, because you flying, and it's about the length of the chains here. It's about maybe I'd say at this point, 150 or so feet, 200 feet from the front of the ship, and to where the chains go taut. That's the full length of it. So you shot it when it was closer, and then as you pulled back, the chains went taut, kind of holding it like a kite. So it takes you under a minute, I'd say, to get to get within a pretty close range of the beast.
How high is it, if you guesstimate, is that thing?
As you approach, a guttural scream and a succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then, a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
And what you've seen, you guesstimate at first glance, second glance, first glance. It's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of
Leave
800
it.
feet long.
Whoever's inside doesn't want an audience, and I don't want to fight.
Discern squids and the way that they are proportionally placed, but you have not seen the full back of it, nor have you seen the underside.
Bruh.
You see as it's now
What the hell are you doing?
into it.
The bugbear was getting it.
You see one central, like, bright blue, almost like a deep cerulean
He's like,
eye that occasionally opens up.
hey, my bad,
The
homie.
glass lid that closes and
Smash!
protects it.
Oh,
And it's just
smash
kind of,
you!
getting ground slower and slower and slower. That's kind of where you're sitting at the moment. Imogen, are you good?
I'm gonna. Oh God.
Yeah, do it. Come on, you're all out
I
there
really
flying,
wanna go, but I have like a couple thoughts.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
I'm gonna.
Ugh, time for some bloody work.
First and foremost, I'm gonna, like float down to where I can like look it in its eye.
Okay. And it is a bit dangerous to get too close because you do see parts of it
Swift
cracking.
and
This
lethal.
close up, you can see the texture of it. It has crustacean-like plates across a large part of its body, all similar coloration to a lot of the earth and dirt around here. It has like an ashen, like a light gray visual to it. But the closer you get, you can see there are striations through it, almost like there's colors that shift or ripple through with blood pumps. Like it seems to have deep-set brown veins that occasionally kind of shoot through it visually. The good parts you can see reaching the surface. It's very fascinating, really beautiful as much as it is scary. And has certain tendrils that lash out and whip around, sort of like grasping and wrapping around the chains,
Speak.
almost like trying to pull itself free or trying to pull something down, but they're caught in a stalemate.
That was easy.
The one eye that's kind of appearing is kind of it's odd because it's not flat. The eye is almost the pinnacle of a weird bowl. So like it rises up to an eye that's just kind of pushing out at the top of an apex.
Something good here, I hope.
Periscope.
I'm gonna get. Oh God! I'm gonna look at it in its eye, and I'm gonna say, "Stop." I'm gonna command it to just stop moving.
Okay. What was the
Wisdom.
Moving ahead.
wisdom? 15. The tendrils begin to wax.
There's a second
The
story to
thrashing
it.
stops.
Okay. As it does that, I'm gonna lower myself down to the ground, and I'm gonna try to use open mind on it and detect its thoughts.
So, are you going to do like a full push dive into it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's challenging because like it's odd that it recognizes a command,
Right.
which means
It has to understand something.
yeah, it understands an aspect of language at the very least, or intent in that regard. And there is an intelligence.
Wish I had a bag of
And
holding.
you push past that, and you sense a lot of pain. You sense a desperation and an anger. And as you push further beyond the barrier of its immediately alien mind, you get senses of being lashed, being hurt, being pushed beyond its boundaries. You see images and memories within it, though the visual itself is very fisheye and stretched. of underground caverns, home, a sense of home and belonging, and being pushed and forced from, of having brood children taken.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last
All I'm
chance!
gonna try to do is
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
to say I'm sorry for your loss. Hell. See if I can calm it all.
Stop wasting time, Beretta.
Of course.
No, it's our
I'll
queen.
say, make a persuasion
A
check.
red dragon.
Shut me up.
Nonsense.
I'll
We
add-
must speak.
Get to work, Beretta.
15 with
We're
disadvantage.
taking a long rest first.
It doesn't calm. It definitely has reduced its aggressive, instinctual, destructive reach out and smashing. It's sense that it's brought to this space, but it's certainly still driven. It's certainly still angry, and
Oh, guess we're fighting.
Them? You wanna point to the caravan?
it just seems to be lashing. When you ask them, it doesn't have any sort of personal connection with the caravan.
Yes, here.
It acknowledges that you refer to it, and what you get back from it, it just wants to destroy.
Okay. I'm gonna
Dark Lady,
cast
help me
Guardian
strike true.
Okay?
and kick up. Oh God, I'm gonna kick up into the air and get onto the airship again.
Okay.
Before it regains its motion.
You all watch as Imogen just flies down, just kind of drifts right above its bright blue eye. It slowly begins to reduce its aggressive stance. Not entirely, but there seems to be almost an odd pause. A space between them, a connection where there's knowing her and her abilities, possibly a conversation. And then eventually she takes off again and still kind of slowly.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
I go.
Are you alright? I'm fine.
That was so cool.
What do we do?
Very
It's been hurt. It's been tortured. I think people probably destroyed its home and its family. It's angry.
Orange tracking the caravan. Have they gotten anywhere where we can feel they're reasonably safe at this point?
They're about 3-4 minutes of travel beyond you.
Time to
It's
press
a long
ahead.
caravan, it's, even moving at its speed, this is, when you're off the road, the land itself is a little difficult to move on, just simple parts and places. And so they have a few minutes before they'll be truly satisfied.
Yeah! Do more to combat?
I mean, I don't know what else I can do.
Did I just get misty stepped?
I can calm its
Oh, you
emotions
son of a
as much as
bitch.
possible until it's get to safety, but I certainly don't want to cause it any more harm.
Oh. We just disconnected.
Great, I'm blinded.
It'll kill them.
Now I got a disadvantage.
We can wait.
Dude, they are fucking her up.
Animals. I don't know if it's an animal though.
I don't think it's an
Captain, you think these chains will hold?
That's a good question for the captain.
I've not really, held back a dustress, so hopefully, at which point the ship
Mutiny.
lurches forward. I don't know. We could, just getting ready by the pins. Hold on. I give it to go. Set them free. We can always
Still
back on
breathing,
chains.
despite
Trying
everything.
to capture these dustress?
Usually, they do.
Shit.
Coming to the surface like this is it's a rare sight indeed. But
Something's gonna happen.
Shit.
I guess welcome to the valley.
Is there a world where maybe we could just leave it and just move and then put it back down very quickly?
We can try.
We can still go on our way and let the caravan do its thing.
Somewhere back the other way or something?
A cargo duster.
Xander kind of like gets this intense, contemplative look in the middle
What
of their
just
face,
happened?
and their eyes go wide with a manic grin. They glance over.
And where the
into their
fuck
first
was
mate.
she at?
Galil, you wanna try and pick up a beast? He's like, aye, Captain.
Oh no. That felt like a no to me. That really.
All right.
I don't know.
To the chase stations. Any of you seem to be kind of magic oriented, right?
Oh, yes, very.
Get to the two front gems. You can go ahead and, I don't know, give it magic or something. I don't know how this works.
You heard the captain. Go give him magic.
Wait, what do you mean, give it magic?
Give the things that are lifting us a magical boost.
I know how to make a ship go. I know how sky ships move forward. I know how to fix it. I know how to make sure that everything is going okay with it. But I don't really know how to make the magic part stronger. It's not my strong suit.
How do sky ships do in lightning storms?
I mean, classically and historically, pretty terrible.
Okay, well then I won't try that one. Right.
Isn't there a lever or something that you have that you hold underneath there?
Yes, and I'm going to put it the other way and give it all she got to try and bring this thing out of the land, because that's what you wanted to do.
Can these chains even hold this thing? It's 80
I don't know, but I'm willing to try.
We do not have to do this. This is just an idea I was throwing out.
Rocks and blades, always sharp.
They're walking back.
bad, you know?
I have no clue where this bitch went, and that's kind of pissing me off. She just ran off, disappeared completely.
Alternatively, we could try to confuse it, distract it, influence its mind to say that the caravan went a different direction or something.
I feel like the time for common sense is over.
Yeah, we're picking this bitch up.
Now's the time for action, Craig.
Featherfall. Maybe we can try casting Featherfall on the creature, and that'll make it lighter. We can try.
I'm gonna try.
I can bring you. I still got fly on me. I can bring you over the sideline and get it down close.
I'm gonna try some weird ass shit.
Alright, I'm not gonna get within 60 feet of it.
Okay, climb on my back.
Alright.
Don't fall.
I do the backpack situation. And I'm gonna try to fly down the creature with Lagna on me.
Okay, so you grab on and fly over. Immediately as you leave the ship and have that, which at this point the ship is maybe 90 or so feet off the ground. It's
With haste.
held, down by the creature, like I said, like in a very kite-like scenario. But you still feel that kind of rush under your stomach. You coast over it.
She's not even at her bed anymore.
And Shadow said, "Tell us when!"
Side note, since Imogen first flew away, Orm is on the side of the ship waiting to, doesn't want to, but is waiting to arrow Flynn down the chain, if need be. He's in that exact same position watching the white hawk.
We have two chains attached to it. If we're gonna really try this, we could probably attach all.
You know, I'm gonna go back. There was something at the Iliad ship, the Ithiad, Alathiad. You know what I mean.
I will guide you.
If there is another chain harpoon.
No, there is one affixed per ballista,
But you have to
so
reel it in.
you'd have to reel it in.
Is that a strength?
It's more of a time consuming. It's gonna take a Gordy and Toronto rush over and start helping you pull the chain in, and this will take you a couple minutes to do so. So you're pulling it, you're all pulling it, and it is a heavy workout. You're all sweating. At this point too, the ship is like. The creature is now starting to get a little more angry and sense that it's being held in place.
I'll try and wait for them because
Let's have a look.
Featherfall only lasts for a minute. It's not, it only
Can
gives
I,
a little bit.
should I try to command it again and see if it works? And just say, calm it down.
Does it even understand your commands?
It understands my commands.
Would this be considered a huge creature or bigger? Or
This would be
neither?
much larger than a huge. This would be considered gargantuan.
Oh.
Gargantuan.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to try and rage and
beat the main crystal with my fists. I see if I can pump magic into it literally just by punch, because I clearly can't damage it very well.
Hey dude, punch a crystal.
Fuck, I'm punching a crystal.
Sure.
All right.
Well done.
Yeah, we are.
I wonder what's past this.
Fist, man. If a fist is all it takes, then we were dead already. So what do I get? I'm gonna try again before I.
Made it.
I'm trying again.
So 2 rages used.
Yep. And it's the same roll 3 times in a row. Fuck it. I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna start throwing space attacks into this as gently as I can to just start trying to see if it can like absorb some of whatever the fuck's in my head.
You start hitting the crystal and the cameras. What are you doing?
I'm kind of magic. I don't know.
Okay. And you do. Well, yeah. You fall and go down.
I cursed to put my hands on everything.
You're pulling the chain out.
The 3 of us are.
Yeah.
I'm just, excuse me, CCF? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the chain. I'm just trying to maximize.
Sure, I'll try to command the creature to calm down one more time. Just freeze.
I'm just looking over both sides, trying to keep an eyes on the girls.
My face is kind of awkwardly, like, you know, like right next to Imogen's. And as we wait, I'm just like, so.
And just in case it can understand me, I will use speak with animals, and I'll yell down to it. It's okay. We're not gonna harm you. I hope you can understand me. Can you?
That is who I was looking for.
You're alive. That's unexpected. Last I saw you, you were lying in a crucible's worth of blood. An intellect devourer nibbling at your ear. Glad to see my eyes deceive me. I'm Gale.
Or at least take
Well met.
the magical translation of where are they?
See that rune? Netherese, I think. The weave so thick on it is almost viscous. I had a taste just like that.
Which means
Swept from one room to the next.
find you.
Not to mention, you're staring at me like a Rashimi at a blackboard. You're no wizard, are you?
Why don't you ask him what he's in for?
Pity. But that'll have to wait. The primary need now. I take it you recall the insertion of the parasite.
Sure.
Are you aware of the process now? It is to be avoided. I assume you're no accomplished healer either. Powerful cleric, maybe? I gathered as much. We'll have to look for a solution elsewhere.
Is looking for their
You and I are in a whole lot of... How about we embark on the quest for a healer together?
Where did they last see them?
Most excellent. Besides, a woman with shadows for eyes.
Is it indeed? We'll see.
We don't know where they are.
He said,
Alright.
Not helpful.
I'll shout back.
your chain is retreating.
Now we gotta go to the camp.
We can see great distances from the air.
Level up our mage.
Direct me.
You can come with us.
Well, I don't want to promise that.
Make a persuasion check.
Alright, pretty good persuasion. 14.
14. You all hear once again the words come through. Fine.
Oh, we're getting the harpoon back in. My arms are so swollen.
Find that kid. I don't know if they'll let us just
Are you
go
firing?
and search.
Captain, permission to fire?
Do it!
Oh God. Oh wait, but I'm just making a breakthrough here.
Sphere.
Oh, don't do it.
Cloud of daggers. Definitely cloud of daggers. Scorching ray. I do like myself a scorching ray.
If we let you go, will you let those those innocent people go? I say in their language.
Make one final persuasion check. The DC is higher from previous loss. This better be a good roll. The tentacles begin to tug and the chain. Are you firing? Go ahead and roll. Now, I will say, roll with advantage because it is currently held in place by 2 other harpoons, so it is easier to fire on it. Trust it.
24.
24 hits. All right, go ahead and roll 68.
Okay.
Oh, that traffic.
As soon as we see it attach.
47.
Whoa.
Hey.
7.
The stick, the other 2 have kind of like hit it in side elements. This one kind of scores right kind of in the core, almost triangulating its physical body. It's big enough to the point where it's doing damage, but it's not like none of these are grievous wounds necessarily.
I did not roll damage,
Oh, that's right.
but I don't want to hurt it.
Well, too bad. You didn't see where it was going.
I'm taking that back.
Ooh, you rolled high and you're like, yes. I know.
Hellish rebuke.
5, yeah. 32.
32. Okay. So yeah, it's, you know, it's taking hits, but it's a big beast, a tough hide. But you know how to triangulate with these harpoons. The captain goes, "We good?
Yeah, we're in.
Bringing it up." They go ahead and disengage that one central part of the socket.
We gotta get
All right.
pins for the
I'm gonna
police, just in case.
And the
Hey, hold
captain's
on
gonna
to
hear in
that.
their head. Raise it now.
I'm running over and grabbing pins.
They put forward the one ratchet that they had hold back and put it into place. The central gem goes calm for a second, and you watch now the creature's tugging it gets pulled in. They go ahead and grab another piece and put it down. All 3 of them strongly begin to radiate energy, and the ship once again begins to vibrate even heavier. As it does, the wheel begins to turn, and the ship begins to pull up at an angle. I just have somebody here roll a d20 for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and add 5.
No pressure.
Boy, what if the ship cracks in half?
14. It begins to slowly rise, and both of you watch as the feather fall, which makes this even remotely possible. You watch as it begins to be drawn out of the dust. And now you get the first true view of this massive beast as the dust and sand falls
Right away.
off of its form, scattering to the ground below, burying a large portion of the nearby road. Imagine a length
Color me
slit,
curious.
but its central body divides into 24 long tendrils, each that ends in a long-fingered hand that grabs and wraps around. What? In the center between them, you can see what looks to be a central. There's an eye on each side of the top of the head, the ones that you're looking at. And then deep underground, as you pull it free, there's a third eye underneath between all the tentacles. As it pulls out, you can see it grabbing onto the chains, and it's starting to pull itself up.
Let me
It's
back my magic.
climbing up the harpoon chains, but the ship's carrying it. It is like airlifting it now off the side. Watch this on. This is like, are we holding up okay? We going okay? Do something, we're okay.
We should do something about this.
We should get high and then just drop it.
Oh, God.
Well, Minster's not around, so might as well.
I'm doing it, I'm trying! The ship's now off to the right and just continues to move on in the opposite direction of the caravan, which at this point you can see is now getting far closer, on the cusp of getting itself up onto the rock base.
Great. I'm gonna fly and bring us back up onto the deck.
At which point the other deckhands go forward and they pull the sails forward, woof, the wind hits, and even more force pulls it forward. The ship kind of begins to lift slightly again, but just keeps itself on that angle before pushing forward further and further. It continues for about 2 or 3 minutes at as fast a speed as it can, carrying the weight kind of off in a southwestern direction.
I didn't look down there. We lost sight of it a minute ago.
One with the weave.
It's probably about 50 or so feet from the center.
Or should we lower it? So we're gonna drop this thing?
Yeah, we can lower it down so we can drop it.
Lower it.
I ain't gonna lower it. And the ship begins to go, and it begins to dip quickly because now it leans into the weight.
It's definitely gonna kill something else.
All right.
But,
This thing.
On the count of 3, let's do this. Is there a way to detach these chains?
Yes, there is.
3, 2, 1.
All the chains dislodge and are dragged down the ship immediately. The immediate loss of weight and the amount of force behind it, it goes into a serious dive upward. Most people begin to slide back and tumble towards the back. The materials are like dropping down.
I have the magic touch.
I would say both Ashton and Chetney make a dexterity saving throw because as you land and hit the wall, you look over and watch as the ammunition barrels tip over and all of the large, heavy ballistables start sliding in your direction.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 1.
Okay. So the ship it picks up and then eventually evens out. As you're glancing over the side and looking, you watch the chains detach. The creature falls maybe about 40, 50 feet.
May it please,
before-
Miss Trump.
into the dust. And then
Yes, why not?
it digs itself back into the dirt and broken ground of Hellcatch Valley. And you watch as the pattern of its movement is continuing in that southwestern direction, away from the encounter. The caravan itself is kind of now set up camp and just kind of taking its time there upon the stony top of the hill for its own safety.
I mean, we can't help them now. You know?
I mean, I feel like we should at least fly down towards the caravan and find out if they're the ones that stole the babies.
Or just, ask for money for saving them.
What if they made a liar out of me? I said that they weren't responsible.
It's about now that you all look over and notice that there is a large bolt that is like partway through the abdomen of Ashton and pinning them to the wall.
Let's see.
What?
I'm sorry, you were all busy. I didn't want to interrupt anything. Clearly not.
Can I? Do you want me to take it out?
You do take 24 points of piercing.
Oh! If we yank it out of your torso, are you going to bleed out?
That's what they always say.
We gotta cauterize the wound.
Okay.
At the ready.
On the,
Oh, this is gonna hurt so
we're
bad.
gonna do this on the count of 3.
Here, hold on.
Does anyone
I'm gonna give some fabric. Just bite down.
I can't lie down. There's a point coming out of the other side.
Bite down.
I'm
He's not in
fine.
his right
I'm just
mind.
gonna yell.
Found the
Let's do
right
it.
mind.
Okay, ready? I'm pulling it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the back end of the.
Get ready for true wounds.
1, 2,
I rage.
3.
Okay. You pull it out. Immediately as it's withdrawn, it takes some meat with it. But
My pleasure.
dark stony meat. There you go.
I'll cast a cure wounds.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay. You healed 10 points.
That is good. Ow! Ow! Well, it's been a great day. I'm going back to sleep. Goodbye.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Okay.
I don't make
The caravan looks like it's
Are we
settled.
buzzing the caravan, or are we just gonna go
We should
about
buzz the
our
caravan and see if they stole the babies.
Yeah, we let him free. I'm not gonna have anything happening again.
Yeah, that's true.
Take a moment to gather yourselves. At this point, the morning has not come into a proper early day. We'll say for the sake of
All right.
brevity.
What now? Seek and you shall find me.
What's next, I wonder?
Caravan. They're a bit guarded, but thankful for your interaction. They do not have
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
space to carry the size of these creatures. I mean, based on the size here, you can't imagine the youngins to be too small. And they do not have any
Can't afford to stay idle.
capacity to carry anything.
Onward.
something
Ever
alive.
onward.
I am
That
enjoying it.
dangerous.
I shoulder up to Chetney as we're talking to them and say, you know, of course, we're just doing this out of the kindness of our hearts in order to help try and protect the valley and just bring a little bit more safety to it for weary travelers such as yourself and really rely solely on charity and tips.
Oh.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, yes, please.
Word.
No.
Son of a bitch! This is what happens when you get all cheeky. Just take their shit.
What? And how much is our natural?
Okay. They all look at each other. They all look at each other. The leader of the caravan nods. Thank you very much for your help. We'll put together a tip gathering service, and they go around and do collections. And about 15 minutes of waiting patiently, they come back with a bundle that includes 2 apples, 7 copper, and some fleece that probably got wet and is a bit mildewed and musty. But that's what you got. That's your tip.
It's good fleece. It's good fleece. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright.
Would you like an apple? I'll give an apple to Jenny.
How's it smell?
That's good.
FCG, you want some copper?
So weird.
Does FTG have a tongue? It just goes like,
Have you had like a silver flat for a tongue?
Let's just say
Yeah.
It's no Canada.
but it's made of flesh.
Oh God, no!
All of a sudden, meat
No.
tongue.
Guys,
No.
I think it's actually alive.
They were a cyborg the whole time.
I hate this.
Slowly coming back.
Flesh tongue FCG can't hurt me.
Alright, set sail! You gotta get back on the road!
All right. So a relatively eventful morning, but thankfully the rest of the day goes by without much. The gray horizons and cloud cover seems to be building up towards the south.
Time to press ahead.
Just enough to kind of give a
Something's on my mind.
evening and day or days to come. No signs of storm.
He of the unsleeping eyes, grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear. He should never have been here in the first place. I'm the one that talked him into joining the fist. A massacre. Please, just leave me be.
Sunsets and you see the small little breaks in the cloud cover above.
Everything looks new.
Reminding you of
Tread carefully.
the
Certainly.
glow of Katha pushing through the clouds to give kind of a general kind of soft white hue to the ground below. That's where,
Great God, Helm, allow us peace in this
Flex.
plane and beyond.
in the distance,
Teach us care
just
when we
beyond
would be
the
reckless.
grooves of
Teach us
deep
certainty
ravine,
when we would have
numerous
doubt.
sprawling roads that carve over and through the
So it is
handful of
spoken,
bridges that
and
stretch
so is it
across
done.
these lengthy distances. The ground itself seems to fall beneath for 100 or so feet. These paths all converge
I
to
wonder.
one plateau that sits in the center
Great God,
of
Helm,
this area.
allow
There
us
you
peace
can
in this plane and beyond.
vastness. From
Teach
there,
us care when we would be
the first things
reckless.
that catch your eye as you get closer,
Certainty
the
when
sun
we would have
finishes setting. You see a sprawling expanse of small hovels and stone buildings and tents and what looks to be an exterior city, like a sister city around
You've drawn some unwanted attention.
with hundreds and hundreds of small little dots of light showing life and movement.
Great God,
to the
Helm,
light.
allow
You
us
see
peace
a large, heavy road of some kind that seems to be winding through and around the city, carving into the rock below and through the
I don't think I've ever
ravine
been back
surrounds
here.
the
So it is spoken, and so is it done.
The actual central city itself is surrounded, buttressed by this tall,
Great God, Helm,
red
allow us peace
rock
in this
wall.
plane and beyond.
You see where it stands at places anywhere between 30 to 60, 70 feet tall, and seems to be either built out or deeply into
How much farther can I go? What's hiding here?
Space beyond it, you see the glittering mass of basins, numerous convoluted city neighborhoods and sections that just kind of wind and tear through them like a jumbled trash heap with thousands of bits of candlelight and
The
glowing
ox
firelight
tenses,
moving within.
horns lowered in your direction.
Half dozen or more tall smokestacks that rise
Please be higher than a
above
10.
the city.
Fuck!
Crooked in the way they make their way upward. These small trails of black soot that drift off and gather.
There we go.
His hide twitches, every muscle primed to bolt.
There's one
He's
central,
terrified.
the most jagged and improbable of them all. Looks like it's built from some sort of odd metallic scrap.
Where's this bitch's guidance at?
Ruddy and dark, other parts shiny and polished.
The ox calms.
Top of it, at its apex, a dull green light that seems to be almost moving, like the oddest lighthouse you've ever seen. It's about then the light shifts in your direction, and your ship is now completely emblazoned in bright green light, like a spotlight on it.
What's inside?
Someone's moving around in there.
Yeah. This is normal. It's the product glow. It's kind of a spotlight thingy.
What glow?
The tonic glow.
You spot a man crouching between the shelves, just as he spots you.
What does he want?
Bugger!
You're likely to be intercepted at some point to see what you're about.
Yep.
The captain sets their
Give me a
leather
4.
strap to the,
That wasn't a 4.
Can keep it on course. Approaches you all. Okay, so good news is we're here. Bad news is we're seeing.
Oh my
Not
god.
really much for landing too long. If I've heard this correct, sky ships that stick around here end up being kind of pulled apart and taken. So I'm just gonna set you down. I'm gonna leave you to your own devices, and when you need me, give me about a day or so. Let me know. Come pick you up. Let's go. And we go back to the wheel.
Here goes nothing.
The edge of their long pulley onto it, and as they turn the ship, the gems begin to flare for a second and descend quickly towards the outer western side of the city's outskirts.
With Imogen's skirt, no pull on it. Can I ride down this time?
Ride down, what do you mean?
Well, like, you know, Ladna got up, and she got the first one. Can I get numero dos?
I wasn't planning on flying again just yet, but
Why not?
you're more than welcome to try to climb on my back as we head on down.
You're gonna fly?
No.
There's a breeze down here.
I don't
Wonder where it's coming from.
Next time I fly,
Probably that big ass hole in the roof.
you can come with me.
Side note, it's when could you fly? When did that happen?
I don't know. I've never done it before. Just like seeing Orem fall off the side, it just kind of triggered something.
Looks empty. Just another crate.
Maybe just being on an airship, your body just acclimated. And was
Wouldn't it be
like
funny if I could
this
do it
kind of
all along and I just never done it?
Trusted?
If we gave you like a fish to hold, you could then
Someone there?
underwater or
I
something.
like where you're going with this.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Is
I
that
feel like we
blood?
just giving a little push on the highway.
Never mind.
This going so much earlier.
What's in here?
Oh God.
Imogen, tell this.
An ordinary lamp. Not a trace of magic on it.
As you get closer to the ground, you can now see, emerging from the nearest gates of the large red-walled portion of the city, a handful of dust trails beginning to come in your direction, tearing through the
See what else is in here.
The ship begins to get close to the ground before it comes to gently rest on the dirt, as the kicking up a cloud around it. All right, everyone, get off now. If you don't mind, looks like we got crawlers incoming. So best to not to give them a reason to keep us here. Huh? Go.
So much.
Yep.
Hey, thank you. So I go in for just a simple hug. Thank you so much for getting us here.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna try to take the
Go for it. Roll a sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
don't give me trouble now.
natural 20.
Just in case. Very much not a natural 20. Hey, you know, the least I could do. Quite literally is the least I could do. I don't really want to do this, but I owe your orc master my life, my job. So,
It's just thank you so much. Okay, bye.
all right. Stay safe. Don't die. Don't get murdered. You all step off the ship, and just
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Foot leaves it.
Never been in here before. Any of my run-throughs, I have no clue where I'm at.
It's right about then that you hear this sound. It sounds like
Oh,
dozens of
boy.
grinding metallic devices, like axes on axes. You hear like sparks and metal being pushed and ground against other parts of jagged scrap, as well as an odd,
That's far enough.
different kind of reverberation.
What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Now see from the plumes of dust, massive machines. The front themselves, these thick, wide wheels covered in like scaled spikes that just grind into the dirt as they
Come on.
cruise over.
Yes.
And the first one you get a
Where
glance
in the
at
hell is this Rugen?
built like
I need that
the
cargo.
side of a sort of terrifying beast horse. A pair of back legs that just grind and push into the ground with like metallic claws. As it
I never mentioned any
grinds
cargo.
around the side, you can see on the back
And
of
I
it,
don't care for people poking around in my head.
holding a set of handles to the
Still,
back and the one in the front.
I can look
hovering with a
past
set of
it.
handlebars turning as it grinds down. You see about 4 more, all same general build, but
I'll give it a shot.
variations that seem like they've been cobbled by whatever could be found, and on top of that, built to be unique to whatever the person
Something over there.
As they all come to a stop, the first one, the person who's driving it steps off and lands. You can see a heavy set of goggles on their eyes. You can see a heavy scarf kind of rolled around their neck and pulled off the side.
One day I'll catch a break.
The scarf is a jet black.
It's the last of the bloody smoke powder.
As they approach, they hold a large.
You don't want to keep.
axe to one side, with the other hand
Seems
out.
like a good moment to talk.
Well,
Black
if you have the gold, my pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness.
Okay. Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing?
Fancy that? So do I.
Ashton, good to talk to these people. People don't tend to like you.
We're just travelers coming in, hoping to visit some old friends, maybe do a little business, a little salvage. Name's Graymore.
Oh, you're from the house.
Yep.
Doing pretty well for yourself to come on a fucking skyship, wouldn't you say?
Well, doesn't belong to me.
Haven't seen one of those in at least 15 years.
First time I've ever been on one.
Why are you here, Graymore?
Looking for somebody who pissed me off.
Can't show you the good stuff till Zaris gives the say.
No, 21.
Angers down. I can respect that.
Here, make your fella draw me something.
You got coin?
All right.
Yeah, alright, fine. But who are you?
His first time.
It's Muse.
I've been here before.
Don't pretend you know what that means. What kind of drawing you want?
I'm as shocked as anyone I know.
Welcome to Bassaris.
Like,
You're under
Not
the
many can
protection
talk though. I could use someone with your
Well,
skills.
I mean, just
Interested
don't
in a
get into
job?
Too much fucking trouble. All right.
Some of our people are missing.
You clean it up.
More importantly, so is find them.
You're all a bit bright. I suggest maybe not being
God
as bright.
damn it! What about the shit? You
Don't tell anyone you took that thing.
opened the
That's
shipment.
top of the city for the
You've
next
killed
week and a
me.
half at least.
That's a very good call.
You've bloody killed us. Lads!
Don't fuck it up.
What?
Do my best. Before you call, before you take off, I was just curious.
No. That's not what I want. That's not what I wanted at all.
What you need? There's
No.
back up on the
Mm-mm.
Wish still a thing?
Alright, so don't give her the flask, is what I learned. Don't give it to her.
What is it not?
Fuck.
Skids past, throwing dust all in your direction. You all get surrounded in this dust. Where the other ones begin to pour alive. You can see some have flame jets out of the back of it. And those are showing off at this point. They're just trying to spook you as they all kind of ride by, and then head back to the city. Back on.
What's Death Wish?
It will be the silver lining of this trip.
Yeah, what is it?
The silver lining of this trip.
Oh, Ashton.
Trying to decide which kind of dice I'm gonna buy and give away. It's gonna be good quality. I'm probably gonna go with stone.
Fuck are you? I'm watching our flank.
Unless I see something crazy. Stone or metal? What do you guys think? Which dice should I give away?
It is a very wild swing. So wild that the hammer flies from your grasp. And
Oh, yep.
I saw it.
That's far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean. Where in the hell's is Rugen? I need that card. I'm still.
Get dropped specifically? Are we outside the
outside the city. You're on the outskirts of the giant walls. You're on the outskirts of the Carmine Skids. You're like essentially like outside of the.
Don't want open flames where we're going.
The Skids is almost outside the outer ring. The Skids is just kind of this place where there's a lot of people who honestly either can't or shouldn't be living in the city.
Straight into the city, or
If we can find a place to sleep in the city, that would probably be
Yes,
best.
he did, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's gotta be somewhere to sleep.
There's this muse made him do it.
It's the Salmagunda strip.
Not many. I could use someone with your skills. I'm making a small. Spend your coin and be on your way.
Yeah, most so, and you'll notice this. And you probably inform them as you begin to enter the city.
Here, make your fella draw me something.
Which have
You got coin?
taverns
Well,
in the classic sense.
if you have the gold, my pet artist, fancy that. So do I.
And you probably know this from passing through some other areas of the continent as well. They have what are called caravanserai, where like a tavern is one part bar, one part inn. Caravanserai are one part inn, one part shopping mall. And it generally has a large courtyard in the center with a number of like carts and shops and hitching posts and places to like hitch your beasts for the night and have a place to stay there. Bars and places to drink tend to be a little rough and tumble and outside of the sleeping arrangements, for the most part. But as you kind of give them a little bit of an overview of this, and you can expand upon this if you'd like to kind of give them an idea of what they're in for, you begin to approach the outside of the Carmine Skids. And immediately you see, now close up,
Can't show you the good stuff too.
ragtag jumble of like small gathered tents, large crates, like they carried massive war machines that are built on top of each other and turned into a house.
Not many can talk that. I could use someone with your skills.
Bits of stone and
Interested
clay
in a
built
job?
up and set to
We're the finest. We can provide you with anything
It very much has a
for a price.
odd, off-the-grid survivalist sense.
Some-
As you walk through, you can't help
God
notice
damn
people
it.
are not giving a shit that
Good.
you're walking through or way too interested that you just walked in. There are folks
You've
that are
already
out
brought
and
me bad
starting to
news.
speak in
Tell me you've got something
fluidly
better this
sky
time.
ship as it begins to vanish in the distance. The green light still occasionally coming onto it and kind of identifying it like a laser pointer at a distance and begins to rouse new interest.
It's happened before.
What is that? Oh, cool.
Just out of curiosity, I
I don't
don't
know why we
perception.
don't just kill them.
Jesus.
What a
12.
game
It's gonna take so long.
turning out to be.
18, 26.
17.
12. That's an interesting spread. Okay. Doesn't take too long for you to work through these skids and to get the sense that you're not standing out like sore thumbs necessarily, but you're certainly not blending in seamlessly with the people who live here. As you continue further and further towards the heart of the city, seeing the Carmine walls getting taller and taller as you approach, you also occasionally glance over your shoulder and get the sense that maybe you are being followed. You glance over and see some different to shift off to the side. You specifically, Orem, being the eagle-eyed member of this team and already kind of feeling a bit defensive, glancing about, you see like somebody jump from a rooftop, another rooftop, and watch the shadow.
Breathe deep and move.
Can we come in and Ashton's nail it? I don't have to reach that. We have a tail.
Where?
Right here.
Glad to see my eyes deceive me. Very same. Yeah. You're staring at me like a Rashimi. I take it you recall the insertion of the parasite?
Yes.
I assume you're no accomplished healer. How about we embark on...
Is it?
Don't want to make any waves yet. Just see what this is about.
No problem. I'll bleed them quiet.
No bleeding, please. Oh.
No, I don't. I drop
Yes?
10 steps or so back and like off to the side. Specifically now, keep an eye out on them as well.
Okay.
Super.
Pressing forward and putting the pace a bit, you begin to approach the western gate.
As he's going off, I'm gonna make just a mental connection with him so we can talk.
Do you have to see the person making the connection?
Why, yes, I do. I
I mean-
can see within 30 feet.
Fortunately, he's been invisible for quite some time. But
Get it then.
It's like I was never born.
the makeshift roadway here, the path which has been carved through foot traffic and the amassing of buildings on each side leads towards the western wall of the Carmine exterior. As you can see the large torches that kind of just burn upward with the kind of black char marks that climb up 30, 40 feet above from the smoke and the heat. The gates are partially open, just enough for like a person to walk through one at a time. And you see two more individuals waiting there, one of which is a massive orc figure with a face mask pulled on. They have what looks to be a small helmet, a singular blade that kind of juts out like in the front. They also have the black scarf around their neck and those same like dark sun tattoos on their shoulder, on their elbows. And to the right of them, you see another figure, human, looks a bit older, very thin legs, but like a built, like muscular shelf of a torso, wearing like heavy hide armor with looks to be like spikes jutting from it. They also have the same black scarf and the same elbow tattoos. And as you step close to it, the orc looms up.
You out-of-towners?
Mostly out-of-towners and a couple locals coming back.
Right, Greymore, right? They said you were coming in.
Yep.
Alright. Get in.
My name is Crispin Ashton. Word certainly travels fast here.
Yes, it does. It travels very, very fast. By the way,
In for a surprise?
Don't overpay for anything.
Jenny, don't overpay for anything.
Blow my cover.
Yeah. You're keeping watch, make a perception check.
Oh yeah. The eyes of Chetney are upon. Fuck. 7. No, 10.
10.
I have not stopped looking at it.
Looking ahead.
You roll perception as well.
Yes.
But however, it was at a disadvantage.
Oh my god. 2 twos.
Oh, well, yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's too crowded. I can't see over anybody.
So, you move through, kind of in single file, through the slight opening of the gate. The gate itself is about 20 feet tall, and it's made of a similar stone material.
Hello
As
again.
you can see now, there is a like a massive, almost like a wooden
My face protects me.
piston on the back of each wall that is built into a giant chained wench. You can see there's an ogre on each side.
What now?
As you step through, you begin to crank it, and as they do, it pulls the wood begins to push against
The
the
air
door.
is ripe with magic.
Kind of snaps it closed behind you. You now stand within the walls of this city. And as you
You've got a long road ahead.
see the odd cityscape before you. There are little strange kind of warm yellow and red glows that seem to be from
I
different
applaud your
houses.
taste.
It kind of backlights some of the tops of the nearby buildings.
Let's go.
It is just a ramshackle, ragged skyline. You can see there are hanging threads and cables. There are banners. There are oil lanterns and glass lanterns that dangle over intersections. It has this.
These things have stayed
odd
interesting.
Kind of, nightmare bazaar meets a A unique space
Keep
where
your blade
everything looks like it
close.
was
Watch your
found,
back.
cobbled together, and then presented proudly. You continue through what is considered the western west dregs of the city. Where are you taking?
How do they know your last name so
You know, that's a story for after I've had a nice nap, I think.
Which way to the nearest library?
Royalty of some sort?
No. Or possibly the opposite. Let's take them to the Rahab Den, I guess.
Okay.
The Rod? The Rahab Den. We're going to be... Don't want to stay somewhere too nice or too bad. You'll like this place. It's a lot.
Okay. At Ashton's Lead, you are brought through the dreg sectors of the city, specifically the west dregs. And as opposed to the Carmine skids that we passed through, this area has a similar sort of just stacked and made from whatever's available neighborhood construction.
On my way.
But nicer materials, more materials, better kept. By comparison to, let's say, Drusar, it still looks like an incredibly dangerous place. There are hiding spots,
Can't slow down.
tunnels and pipes, and all manner of what looks to be collapsed bits of masonry and buildings that have been scavenged and built upon in the same space over who knows how long. Some buildings look extremely old, like they may have been here for hundreds of years. Others look like they were built in the past 10. And they all just kind of are pushed together and stacked up. And you can see there are walkways that kind of... In fact, there are elements of this that remind you of the interior of the Core Spire where you previously lived. And you can see probably in threads of artistic inspiration, or at least familiar survival instincts that led to the neighborhood where the courthouse itself is embedded within Drusar.
Crowded, is it? Are there a ton of people around?
At this hour, it's not terribly crowded, at least not along the streets. It's not barren either. You say you pass by, maybe a dozen or so people every minute, and
It's crowded than Drusar, though.
less crowded than Drusar.
Reminds me of when we found Shadana's place.
Yes.
Looking through, as you begin to grow closer and closer to the central region of the city on the northern side, you keep an eye on some of the people that pass by. You see some of the people also wearing kind of outward intense armor that are both made for function and for intimidation. Some have blades that are woven into the leather, and the tips broken off to show that they've probably left themselves embedded in somebody else in some sort of a fist fight or a bar brawl, or it's just for show, like they got involved in something dangerous. You pass by what looks to be one like tall, lanky, red male tiefling who just kind of like his head hangs down between his long shoulders that kind of point out the sides, and his arms kind of just swing from side to side. Just kind of mad dog dude who passes as he kind of glances over at you and just kind of just walks on past.
It's nothing compared to you, love. It's nothing.
It was just posture.
Yeah.
It's really has a tiny
I thought I removed one of his Achilles.
I could get used to this.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
Should be easy.
Continuing inward, you can see now the lantern clusters begin to grow more numerous and oddly beautiful. At many of the intersections and at regions in the city where it seems like more small carts are set up, where individuals are out there just kind of gathering and talking, so in the process of eating small snacks and just kind of people watching as individuals pass by. You see an older man in particular with a long pipe who's kind of bundled up in layers and layers of multicolored rags, who just kind of, every time he takes a puff, kind of lights up his face a bit and blows out this like awful green smoke that gives this kind of musky incense smell that is at first is pleasant, but then it quickly grows unpleasant as it fills the space. But up in the middle of this, a variation of that perhaps. But you do see dozens and dozens of wires that just tangle and tie together hanging above, and from that probably about 20 or so different lanterns. Some broken and have just been left up there, some that are just oil-filled lanterns that are on the very end of their wick, just giving a soft, almost firelight to it. You see a few magical baubles that are tied up
Great
in
God,
different
allow
colors.
us peace in this plane
and
and
it just
beyond.
kind of has this
Teach us care when we would be
oddly
reckless.
alluring
Teach us certainty when we would have doubt.
trash heap in the air kind of a vibe, but also is weirdly pretty. That's all.
Wait, is this what I'm supposed to do with this?
Yes.
Oh!
Boom.
Okay. What the when did you?
Your time.
As you get closer to the center of the city, another sound. Similar to what you heard when those massive constructs came through, but deeper and more distant. That would be an open, kind of a shop yard, where there are all manner of contraptions and metal arches with cables that hang from it. And you can see over there are multiple tinkerers and engineers currently working on one of those.
They were small like you,
machines, but this one is
uglier.
The others can carry like
I was ready to run you
4 or
through.
more individuals.
My
It has 2
mistake,
wheels in the front
friend.
that have almost like these beast
An
claws
attack.
along them.
Monsters.
When I say beast claws,
Little
it's
ones,
very
and
much
taller ones.
like a welder's
took the shiny
interpretation.
one.
It's not finely made. It's
killed
just multiple
many.
different types of metal and ore and ingots that have been welded and pushed and bent and
Yes,
hammered to kind
it
of
was
resemble
screaming,
claws, but
waving
in a
around its
kind of
metal.
a rickety,
I made him
easy to get
stop
tetanus kind of way.
screaming.
On the back, you can see multiple poles that drift up, and
He
there's
was the
banners
biggest.
that tattered and pull behind. One of which looks like an eye with a claw through it, and looks like multiple drops of blood that drip to where it kind of just ends and tatters.
On my way.
At some point, right? I mean, like, it's a thing like that we're doing.
Someone's moving around in there.
Nearby is the much brighter interior past an inner set of small walls.
You
and
spot a man.
an archway that appears to have fallen from the center, but it still kind of gives you the entrance to what is the Salmagunga Strip. Here, you immediately see what is
build
a
that
massive,
again, as
vibrant
always.
marketplace.
We're gonna roll
Those
again with the
same
inspiration.
clusters of
Come on,
lights
give
and
me.
lanterns are
You
everywhere. It's almost
gave
like
it to me.
a network
Little
of
serpent,
pins,
long shadow.
like a
Don't wanna
you see
die.
these large
Little
clusters
serpent,
of
long
seaweed
shadow.
that gathers over the
Just
ocean.
say it.
Like elements of those stretched across, almost blanketing
Oh,
every
hell,
major intersection
dwarves.
between multiple
I thought you were
buildings. There's
flaming
like singular
fist.
threads of cable
Down you
keeping
go, then.
together, but it is just
They'll be on the
a
entrance
web
is hidden
that
behind the
continues
wardrobe.
and spreads and pulls all across. And from here you can see all manner of warmly lit
Traps,
buildings with
please.
raucous laughter and what sounds like fist fights going on. You can hear hard music playing out of
Always room for more.
discordant, out of tune. You can see groups of individuals wandering out and just vomiting on the side of the road and going right back in for another round. As well as these large multi-tiered buildings that themselves are lit even brighter from the inside with arch entryways, and you can see there are hitching posts on the outside, and there's quite a bit of foot traffic going in and out. Eventually coming upon one that you see that is made of stone and glass and silk that rises 3 stories up towards the kind of central portion of this. You know this to be the hut.
Look at that.
There is a vast courtyard as you step through. The interior of the structure itself is roofed, and you can see there are some nice kind of mural-like paintings.
Watch your
Some of
back.
it's just kind of with age become weathered. The colors have faded. In other areas, it looks like there's just damage. Something impacted heavily, and some of the stone broke off and fell in. And you can see there's some boards kind of holding elements of it up.
Mind,
Looks
I
like it
suggest
probably
you
used some
trust.
repair. People kind of push past you. Some folks kind of just watch as you enter, kind of keenly.
Seems simple enough.
Trying to take in the details of folks they haven't seen before. And then as you reach towards the center of the structure, it opens up into the corner.
May the darkness
There are
protect you.
dozens and dozens of carts and small huts and tents. You can see there are barkers, individuals holding up food, and you can smell just a mixture of all manner of dishes and meats and herbs and fried vegetables, and it is from what your entrance to the city felt like, an unexpectedly familiar and comfortable smorgasbord of probably whatever you could want at this hour after a tiring day of travel. So, what would you like to do?
Rooms and food. Rooms and food.
Jenny, are you here?
Yes. Keep an eye out for pickpockets too. It's crowded.
Has anybody been coming near the group, or have they been giving us a reasonable berth?
Most everyone's getting a reasonable berth, from what you can tell. This isn't the kind of place you gather, at least at this hour, where strangers are immediately approached by the general populace. Both of you make perception checks.
Tag along, I was just about to ask.
Yeah, what about a tag along?
Moving.
How many rooms, also?
19.
What's next?
15.
No time to waste.
Three
Ah,
rooms.
excellent choice.
I'll use my nose too.
Forthwith.
Say three rooms.
I've a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Huh?
Yeah, we'll do 3 rooms.
Okay.
Working?
You
What's
approach
that?
the main kind of circular desk that sits towards the southern edge of the courtyard, and there you see the massive female Pakidan, the tall elephantine female proprietor of the inn and room section of this caravanserai. She turns big toothy smile with these long tusks that are adorned with all manner of brass and gold, and you can see like
Careful,
golden chains
I
from them.
bite.
The rest of the body, it's dressed in like billowing silks of
Let's
blue
crack
and
it
light.
open.
They spin around and kind of lean over the edge, looking down at you, Ashton. Why, hello. What?
Tread lightly.
I'd like to grab a couple rooms, or a few rooms. 3 if you've got them close together if possible.
Look back behind the desk. That could be accommodated, yes. That would be for the 3 rooms. 1 gold, 2 silver for the night.
I can do that. I'm going to pay entirely in silver. So
Alright.
that's 11 silver.
Take the back staircase, it'll lead you to the 2nd floor. From there, you will find the rooms with these key numbers.
Thank you. Food's going to be open late.
It never closes.
Thank you.
Pakidan have fingers?
Yes. They're thick fingers, and when they're balled into a fist, it can almost act as like the thicker trunks of the back legs.
Okay.
They do have fingers, yeah.
Thank you. Let's put our... I wouldn't even say let's put our stuff down. Let's just put as much of our stuff into the
Light on my feet.
memory hole. I don't have a better term for it right now. I better remember
Whatever
what
it
I'm putting
takes.
there.
Yeah, let's do it in the
That's
room.
far
There's
enough.
room.
What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Yeah, just you can get a little rowdy, so be cautious.
Okay.
Gonna check out our rooms.
Alright. The rooms are fine.
Mind magic?
They're definitely
Seriously?
You can sleep here, but
I
this is
suggest
not
you turn
necessarily,
around. We're closing the shop for the day.
of living at
Right.
Smart Town.
Lads,
Cobbles
we've got
or
a...
like canvas tent type thing? Shacks?
So no, going up in the 2nd floor, on the outer rim of the, because there is not really an outer wall that you can tell on the upper shelf of the caravanserai. There is a back wall, and then there is like the rest of it is tightly pulled fabric, and it can be closed and it can be locked off, but it's not necessarily a super secure.
Yeah, well, we've got our stuff safely
I
placed.
wonder what the
away,
next
so
move
far,
is. No time to waste.
Yeah.
Just to be careful. before
That's
we
far
go.
enough. What's your business down here?
What do I have?
Answer honestly and
Anybody
maybe
have
we'll kill
something
you
small?
clean.
I don't know, like a one of those jacks or like a Something that
I don't
doesn't
feel
roll.
like trading today. I
Now,
suggest you trust. Lads,
Fish shark?
we've got a visitor
Yeah,
on the
cow trap,
tracks.
that'll work, right?
As long as
Jesus.
it's small, like the size of like a silver piece.
300 gold diamond?
That'll do it.
I have this piece of moldy felt that I just got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got some.
3 pieces of wood.
Please.
3 pieces of wood.
3?
3. Small. Just extra stuff.
I have a thimble.
That'll do.
What's wrong with my fleece?
Oh, thimbles
It's gotta
roll
be,
though.
it's gotta be big enough to not slip under a door.
Does it need to look like anything?
Nope. In fact, better if it doesn't.
But I need just some direction, you know.
This feels like a riddle.
I know, you really gotta start filling us in on some
I'm
stuff.
gonna need your help with this. So I put an object in your room.
My room.
Yeah, the room that you guys are gonna be using.
Alright.
Put it. I'm gonna slowly shut the door, and I need you to back that up against the door. If you can do that with your
Don't touch
Here, this
Mom.
one's shaped like a circle, this one's shaped like a square, this one's shaped like a triangle.
None of those are
I could-
useful.
But I needed.
I'm just kidding. Give me 2.
Which one?
Watch the
Whichever 2 you
shadows.
like best.
That's
Not
far
the circle.
enough. What's your
Square-
business
square
down here?
Triangle. Oh!
Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Who's hungry?
I see. So
Set 'em
with
up.
each door after it's closed, I'm gonna
Where in the
let
hell's
use
his
my
Rugen?
mage hand to pull
I
and
need-
right
I
against
know-
the doors.
You got it.
Just to
And
see
we'll
how
know
safe these
and
are.
then-
All's well
And to
that
kind of
ends.
clarify the spaces you have,
Not
like
as bad as it could
you
have.
walk into the room, the hall that leads to it is enclosed, and there is like a wall that it's against, and you go through the door into it. Each of these rooms is built on a platform. It's a solitary platform that kind of goes out and exists not next to the other rooms. There is like a 10-foot gap between each one, and there's like a dip, about 10-foot kind of slide that goes underneath it. Like they're kind of built like spokes on the outside of a tower.
Cool.
And from there, the rest of the walls on each side and across the way are tightly pulled canvas.
Not many can.
that
I
is
could use
affixed to
someone with your
poles,
skills.
And it allows airflow
Interested
on
in a job?
days and allows
Some-
comfort and insulation during the night.
So if you were gonna break into these rooms,
Damn
you wouldn't
it.
be doing it through the doorway.
What about the
You
shipment?
wanted people to
The
know
sharp
they were
as
there.
black bones. You bloody found
Almost,
it.
Like, they're not like haphazard either. It's
Funny thing though. I
it comes
swear
with
I
its
told
own
you not to
challenges. You
open
can cut
it.
your way into it, yeah.
Couldn't you just be
You
a
didn't want them to
professional?
know you used the door.
Do as you're told.
But yeah,
No
that's all.
questions
Some
asked.
food and some drink, 'cause
Like
I
so.
feel like shit.
It feels like glamping.
Lads, kill him.
Whatever.
Happily answer questions.
All right. So you
This bitch can get fucked.
quickly enough can find
not.
yourself a number of areas within the caravanserai here, within the Rahaden, where food is available of all different kinds. You can essentially look for whatever you're looking for, something meat-oriented, something more soup or curry-oriented. If you're looking for something more vegetable-based, tofu-based, it's all pretty much available here in some way or another. Usually thicker broths, as well as some, let's say at this hour, it's a little more limited. Some of the more boutique and specific meals seem to have closed up cart for the night, but the more all-night circumstances are readily at your disposal. But food is yours, and there are spaces to sit, or you can go back to your rooms if you'd like.
Let's sit and grab, man.
Yeah.
Let's do a little people watching.
Maybe I can get a little bit of everything and, just kind of like a sampler.
Poo-poo platter.
Sure.
That phrase we guess. Exactly.
Have you guys done any of this know that there's any tannins?
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Who has the thing that detects if Armand Treshies
Wait till morning to put
I
it.
think I have that.
Can we use that once
I've
a
got
day?
the scribe.
Yeah, we should try
Sure.
it out.
Yes. I'm
Survival is all that matters.
Sure, we don't have to.
It's in somebody's inventory. I don't remember. It's yours.
Yeah, let's grab all of our food and we'll go do that in the room.
All right.
It's within a couple miles, right? It has a
Ha!
mile range.
Something like that.
I'm gonna stay outside the room and just keep an eye.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Oh!
Perception check.
Oh!
Talking to you, Chet.
Didn't even receive.
13!
Got it. Noted. All right. So you're pulling out the sphere. Yeah, and it is like it's a small kind of almost looks like a fiberglass sphere. It has that when light hits it, it has this kind of odd striation and expansion of light that it doesn't act like a normal crystal ball. And it's been kind of dull since you've achieved it, and you've looked at it a few times during the journey, and it just kind of looks like what it is. No real change in perspective. As you pull it out this time, you see within it there is almost like a bright blue firebug glow that sits in it, and it's pushing towards one side of the sphere.
Which side?
What
direction?
Turn around. From where you are now, and knowing kind of the iteration of the city, it would be in a southern direction, slightly southwest. And as you turn around, it shifts within to ensure that you can pinpoint the direction. It kind of just continues to focus in the direction.
Okay. I don't know our orientation. Is that pointing towards the center of the city? Or?
It is. So the sun on the strip is on. It kind of devours the northern edge of the city. So it pointing to more of a southwestern direction.
Could be as far as the south drags.
Could be.
Okay.
Swords meet sorcery. That thing tracked?
It's about
like 3 miles.
2 or 3 miles.
So, the question is, do we sleep, rest, and go after this guy in the morning, or what if we go to sleep and wake up and the dot's gone and we've lost him forever?
Well,
This will do nicely.
you know, take watch and take turns and see if it moves.
Does it just work always? Can we use it 100 times a day?
If I just kind of
doesn't seem to be changing or diminishing. You didn't activate it. As soon as you just pulled it out and looked at it, it had the glow in proximity.
As we're talking, how well can I hear them from the hall?
No choice but to keep going.
I mean, from the hall, not too well, because the wall that leads outward is pretty well insulated, and the door itself fits very snugly against that wall. You'd have to listen for another room to really.
Sounds like turn adults.
Yeah, pretty heavily muffled.
Oh, wow.
I could use some sleep. I am
Let me
kind of
recite
drained.
their demise.
Can't imagine Imogen that you flew a lot.
I mean, sleeping would be nice,
It
but
would be nice.
I certainly don't want to let Trisha get away.
Well, how about this? We have somebody stay up.
Well, hello.
On shifts like we do, and keep an eye on the ball.
If it goes,
It goes out.
we know what
We
direction.
know he's gone too far. We need to get up and
I have a good sense of which way to start.
correct.
How big is the city all the way around?
You
have my
walls
attention.
themselves, you'd probably be looking at a.
Decorated with a grinning face, this cold iron flask is sealed with a brass stopper.
Stay in the city.
4 miles across from edge of the wall to wall, and this gets expanded from there.
Sure. So it'd be very possible to still be in the city, even if they could hit the outskirts of the city and we would lose them, but it wouldn't mean they were necessarily out of the city yet.
All right.
He could be sleeping.
Yeah, yes, we could.
In fact, I'm going to You said we know which way is north, south, east, west. Gonna do more. I'm going to set the sphere in the center on the ground and just draw a little compass.
Disguise this as the sealed stopper suggests.
We'll know if it moves a little bit.
Correct.
Hey, that's so smart.
Good looking at it.
And but put it in.
That way.
Too tired to fight. Set it in the center and just see if for a second if it seems to be trailing one direction or another.
Okay. Perception check.
What the fuck? It's actually not as bad as I thought it was. It's still not great though. 14.
14. You take some time and just focus, looking for any sort of shifting in the blue glow. But you don't notice any sort of shifting. No signs of it kind of drastically going to a different direction in the city, or any sort of movement at the moment. It seems pretty stationary.
Probably sleeping.
And the farther away he is, the less perceptible any kind of shift in that's going to be.
True.